Morning, everybody. I'm up here on the main floor. Just thought I'd let you guys know what I'm planning on doing today. I'm gonna go up here in the loft level here. So we're gonna get more stuff up in here. Get this one furred out, and get this one furred out. This one will finish furring out. As you can see, there's none on the bottom yet. It's just open on the bottom there. I gotta put strips down there. I gotta put strips down here. And yeah, I might put some up there too, I'm not sure. There's the red barn over there. Man, oh man, if a guy, quite the view from up here. You can see the deer, turkeys, coyotes, woodchucks, all kinds of stuff from up here. You can also see that I need to do lots of trimming and clean up. Cut up some logs, get them out of the way. Start getting stuff cleaned up like it used to be a few years ago. Finish trimming. That's where the apple orchard is, down that way there. And then around behind there more is the cherries, and over this way is the plums and pears. Hey guys, got a couple of weird situations I got to take care of up here where we're furring out these things. One is up here. See, this is vaulted here. The vaulted part in the middle here is actually something I did. Of course, I made the mistake of asking Judy. I said, well, this is supposed to have a flat ceiling across where these dormers are. It should be flat, just like that, all the way across to the other dormer. That would be easy. I said, but since we got space there, we could always make it a little bit vaulted in here like that. And of course she said, yeah, that sounds cool. And the more I went into it, the more I was like, oh man, I should have kept my mouth shut. But anyway, got a weird situation up here. I've got to have nailers for the drywall to nail up to the flat ceiling. And I have to make sure the wall all comes out flush. So one of the first things I have to do, I'm going to start with a 2x8. Going from basically here to here. Well, I'm going to notch it back 3 inches deep here, 1.5 inches deep there, and then the rest will go back in there, so I can screw down on the top of there and then screw into the side here and into the side there, and that'll give me nailer all the way across to continue this flat ceiling from here all the way to the edge of the vaulted ceiling going up there. Okay guys, this is my piece to go up there. I'm going to leave 1.5 inches here. I'll leave 3 inches here. The rest of this will go all the way back on top of the wall. So when you look up there, that 1.5 inches that I'm leaving will go right there. The 3 inches I'm leaving will be there, and the rest will go back on top of there. So I'm going to put a couple of holes through this way in here to screw that 1.5 inches. I might try to drill a hole or two through here, like counterbore it kind of deep, and then get a screw hole, clearance hole with a deeper counterbore for the screw head to go in. But here I'm going to put a couple of screws, maybe 3 of them this way down through into the top of that 2x4 plate. So that'll hold it all in place. earplugs in, it's really loud. Finer one, I guess. That out there. Okay. This cuts when it's pulling instead of when it's pushing. They're made more for, they're real flexible. So if you got floor trim come down to the floor, you can like lay this on top of a piece of tile or something, whatever you're going to use for thickness where you want to cut the tile or cut the floor trim. Lay it on top there and cut, and it's a very thin blade. You can even do it like that with a spring the blade to do it. Works nice for that. It also works nice for this. Besides that, my push saw is dull. Oh, there's 2x4 under there I'm hitting. Let's try that. Feel like I'm hitting something extra. Maybe I was still hitting it, I don't know. But clamp it on here and that's the coarser one. That bites too hard. Finer. There we go. Okay, guys. Cross your fingers. Let's see what we got here. If this fits, I might try it on this side and next to on the next dormer and across the way. See if it fits. I'll make 7 more of these. If it'll fit on the rest of them, good too. He's flashing in the way up there. It's the board. This was a board laying on the floor, and it's a little bit short here, but I didn't really care because I'm gonna have more nailers here. I just wanted enough. I was gonna use this board. I didn't want to cut a longer one out of something else when this was a drop, you know. So that looks like it'll work good, just like that. That'll continue right from here all the way. Well, I don't know if you can see good or not, but and that's also another reason why I didn't bring it all the way up here, because I knew I was a little short here. I was going to leave a little short there and a little short here and use this piece of scrap. So that looks like it'll fit good. I can put a couple screws into here. I can put a couple of screws down through here, and maybe counter bore one or more into here, into there. So I can use that for pattern. I could add another, you know, if I have drops longer than this, I could add another couple inches there, another inch and a half, 2 inches there. Fill more of the gaps from the drywall. Okay guys, I'm gonna drill some pilot holes in these. Yeah, that's nice and solid. I'm gonna pull this down a little bit. So I gotta drop that extension for a bit. No room for the extension going downward like that. Hopefully there's room to do this. And next time I'll do like I said I was gonna do. I'll put the screws in the top there, down the thickness of the board, and it'll give me more height clearance instead of having the whole length of the screw sticking up. I guess it works all right, but it probably would be easier to do it the other way. Yeah, that's gonna work good. That'll work. And I have to put another board right across here to nail to. Yep. Cool. Let's do this one. Grab one of these critters here. I'm gonna have to take a little notch out of one of these. That one there had a notch in it, but it worked badly, and the way it was worked wouldn't work good here. It would have been better on this side because I can pull it down rather than try to push the center down. So I got another little notch out of this one. Not a big deal. Okay guys, maybe I'll take you up the ladder with me for a second so you can see why I had to make those boards. Just a second here. Okay, got this vaulted piece up here. The vault goes up in the top. This piece here, what I got to do is I got to have nailers for the drywall that's going on here where I'm furring this out. The drywall goes here. So this has to stick out farther than the drywall. So I got a nailer here coming into this. But then we've also got, okay, see what I got going on? I've got one surface here, steps back. Actually, we'll be sitting on top of there. This part has to be wide enough here so I can screw down through it this way. And then here I'll be screwing through it this way. And then up here, actually up above this, I'll be screwing through here. And here it has to come out farther, 1.5 inches farther for this piece here. And then I can screw through here. So I'll screw through here, screw through here. These are the ones that are counterboard. And then over here we'll screw down through the top. And that'll give us nailers to where we can nail our drywall up here. That'll stick out farther than what the wall is going to be furred out. That's the thing that I had to figure out and what I was going to do. We're getting her done. Okay, so there it is. Let's and this one here has a metal flashing sticking up back there. That's what this notch here was for. There is not one on this one. I didn't check the rest of them, but if any of them have it, I can just put that other notch in there, but it's unnecessary on that one. I think it'll be unnecessary on the rest of them too. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, I must have hit another screw or a nail or something there. So I'll put another hole in there. But meanwhile, oops, these I need let's pull this down a little bit. That's not bad. I'll get my extension on here. There. Yeah, that's solid as a rock. Now my drywall can come on here, right out across here, and up there. 2 down, 4 to go. Okay guys, now this first dormer is done. We're going to move down to that next dormer there, get those 2, and then we'll come back here and get these 2 here and here. Well, I'm sure some people will probably be questioning me on why I didn't just nail it, since I have a Milwaukee framing nailer, cordless framing nailer, but some of this stuff is quite thin, and you go shooting nails in there, it might want to split out. And even just a short piece like this, you put 2 nails through it, might want to split. So screws it is, you know. Okay guys, this was the first dormer I worked on here, and I've got something done on this one that's not done on the rest of them. That's this piece right here. So I spaced this bottom of this 2x4 here out to match these. So this will be one flat surface up here. The 2x4 is something I put in to allow myself more room for insulation. You can see the original truss was only a 2x6 up there. Maybe it's 2x6. So I came down here farther, these, so I can fit more insulation in there. I'll get them cut. We'll get them stuck up. And once I get this all furred out, including I got to put bottom pieces in here, screwed down to the floor here. So this has a nice straight line there for drywall to screw to and stuff like that. Once we get all that done, then I can start doing the rest of my electrical up here and get the electrical done, get it inspected, do some insulating. Some of the insulating I can do before the inspection, but some of it I can't do until it's inspected. So that'll be good. Hey, I appreciate you guys what you do. Not sure where this video is going to end yet, so just thought maybe I'd jump in here for a second and say, please, if you think of it, give us a thumbs up. And there's a new feature that I still don't know exactly how it works. Some of you might, but I've heard that once you're over 500 subscribers, which we just hit a couple days ago, that there's a hyper button, hype or something like that. So you can hype the video and it gives YouTube incentive to show it to more people and should help us grow. It'd be really nice to hit that 1,000 subscriber goal and on from there. I know you don't make much money with it at that point, but at least you're getting something. We put a lot of time into these things. Me moving cameras around and stuff while I'm working, it's a lot easier to just do the work without moving stuff around. But Judy spends a lot of time editing these things, so that'd be nice. So if you think of it, when you give us that thumbs up, maybe find that hype button and hype the video too if you could. And meanwhile, I'll try to do my homework and find out where that's at. Maybe I can show you guys sometime if you don't know how yet, because I don't. Okay, guys, now I got to go down on the other floor. I don't have to, but it makes sense to. I've got a whole bunch of spacers to cut to go on the floor down here. This is not one of them. This is just a piece that I could use for one. So these will sit in between here, screw down, and then this will screw into it, hold that solid. And what I'm going to do is leave a piece of wood like this or something up against it. Maybe put 2 screws in this, just hold it there so that I can make sure that they're all in a nice straight line. Like right now, this piece here actually curves away from it. So that will be pulled out like this. I'll put the spacer in here, out flush to this, and I'll pull this over. And actually, maybe I'll use a 2x4 set of this, because if I have a 2x4 screw down here, I can get a clamp on there and pull that right tight to it before I put a screw down through it. So, got to go cut me some spacers. Get all these bottoms done here and here. That dormer over there, and that one is pretty much done. I just had to cut off a couple of verticals of these down low to get boards in there for a floor. But okay, let's get this board up off of here. Alrighty. Well, I just pulled out the driveway to head to church this morning, and look who just flew across in front of me. Yeah, it's nice to hang out over here. Be cool. Hope you have a good Sunday, Mr. or Mrs. Owl. Yeah. See you in a little while. Hey, Oakley, what are you doing up there, huh? What are you doing up there? What do you think, you're a mountain goat or what? Huh, you think you're a mountain goat? Oh gosh. Sometimes these guys just, they're fun. Sometimes they're a pain in the butt, sometimes they're fun. Just down, this way down here is where the owl was sitting up against the fence. We've been seeing the parent owls quite a bit recently, the last few days. Last couple weeks, actually. Pretty neat.